Welcome back to What Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This is a T1 heavy tank. It's a Tier 5 American heavy. It's located on the south spawn of Widepark, and this one's under the command of ProvoBob. And as he's on the Australian-New Zealand server, he has a lot of bots to deal with. Game on. Well, they've got a reduced numbers game, but I don't think that'll put Bob off. He's armed with a 76mm main gun, capable of doing 115 alpha and penetrating 128mm with standard ammo, and with the premium rounds 177. Now Bob does have a problem in that sometimes he tends to stick with the premium ammo and not even bother to change back to the standard, and yes, he's loaded in the APCR straight away. See an enemy Matilda move in front there. Oh, took a round in the tracks from Matilda. Now the T1 heavy tank, the T1E2, started design work in May of 1940. It was supposed to be a heavy tank to complement the Shermans, the M4s, and actually features the same gun as an M4. It has a cast hull and a hydromechanical transmission system with double disc hydraulic converter. When they put a 90mm gun on it, it turned into the M6. Oh, he got a fire on the Hetzer. Set him alight. And now we've got a Matilda coming in, puts one into him. Hetzer's still burning. And he's put his fire out. Okay, go for it again. No, didn't get it with this shot. No. No, still having trouble. That's better. Got his first kill. Okay, Matilda facing us face to face. Go for the weak spot. She's actually the little driver port. And now he's penetrating the front transmission. And that guy's out the game. In fact, we didn't get the kill on the Matilda. T6 medium did. Okay, T6 medium's only a short distance away from us. Now, despite the fact that they made 9 prototypes of the T1 heavy tank, none of them actually went to production. And it was a pity, really, because the Americans did need heavy tanks in Europe, but they just didn't have any, and mainly down to the fact that it wasn't reliable. It also, because it had the same armament as many of the M4s, it was cheaper to make an M4 than it was the T1. Okay. He's still blasting away with the premium ammo. He's like another player that we've often featured on our channel. He had to learn how to use the standard ammo eventually, but he got the habit. Okay, Matilda 4, which is the Soviet Matilda. Watch out for that T6 medium. Don't want to accidentally hit him. There's another one in. He's lost sight of that Matilda 4, but he's still pumping the rounds in as it dials in as quickly as it fires. Oh, he got the kill. Okay. Now, in front of us is an M5A1 Stuart. Pumps one in, gets a high roll, and the target's taken down by our B1. Okay, pushing on. We're 3 up on the enemy. Yes, unfortunately, they never saw combat, the T1s, even though they tested them extensively. They cancelled the project on the 11th of June 1942. As I said, they also converted one of the tanks into the M6 by fitting a 90mm gun onto it, and that's also in the game as the Tier 6 American heavy. Okay, we've got an M10 there we can just make out, and there's also an M8A1 up near the row. Couldn't get that one on target. These shells do have fairly high dispersion, but he did get that one on target. Now, M8A1 up there. It's a Tier 4 American tank, turreted tank destroyer, but it's also a bot because it's got colons in in front of and behind the name. And the same is true for this one. Gets the first shot in. It's the side of the turret. Nope, that one hit the rock. I don't think he got that kill. No, that went to the Hetzer on our team. So he's still got 3 kills. And there's 4 enemy tanks left. Okay, now he's trying to conceal the front of his face. The thing about the T1 Heavy is that the front armor is very, very strong, but the side armor is fairly weak. So you want to keep your face to the enemy. And he gets his 4th kill with the M8A1. I think that was a bot that actually got locked up. He was caught against the rock, and that's why he wasn't moving. Okay, 3 enemy tanks left in the game. They've got a Cavalier, an IKV-103, and an M5A1 Stuart. Okay, there's the M5A1. It looks like the Chinese version. And there's the IKV. Now, he could be dangerous. He's got a 105mm gun. We've blocked a shot from him. Huge amount of hit points, 300. Oh, and there's the Cavalier. IKV again. Oh, somebody ran into us, and it's a bot. That's a Type T34 bot, and he's blocking us. Oh, and he just drove in front of us as we fired, and now that means that we won't get a high caliber. And the Cavalier goes down to the Type T34 bot. If we get this kill on the IKV, we will get a Top Gun. No, missed it with that one. He'll have to get closer. That's it. Top Gun. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was a first-class tank for ProvoBob in the T1 Heavy. He managed to get a fire for effect for doing more damage than the hit points of his own vehicle, a shell-proof for blocking more damage than the hit points of his own vehicle, a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits in this game. He managed to get 11. He also managed to get a cool header for blocking more than 10, or surviving 10 or more ricochets, non-penetrating shots in a row from the enemy. A steel wall for blocking the most damage in the game and getting at least 11 hits, at least 1,000 hit points of potential damage. And he also got a Top Gun for getting at least 6 kills. Yes, that last kill, the IKV, turned out to be his 6th. So well done. His win 8 from that game, 16,931. No high caliber because the bot drove in front of him just as he was firing. Now, you could say that was ProvoBob's fault because, after all, he has control of the trigger. And the moment that T34 or Type T34 started pushing in front of him like that, maybe what ProvoBob should have done is blocked him. Actually just sort of like push forward in such a way so that the T34 couldn't get through or past him, and that way he wouldn't have had the problem when he actually took the shot that actually hit the Type T34. So yes, I think Wargaming might turn around and say, well, it's Bob's fault for firing when he did, but that shot that actually hit his teammate did disqualify him from the high caliber, and yet it was a bot that did it. So the bot pushed in front of him to do that. So I suppose if you're in a bot game like that, you've got somebody who keeps pushing in front of you like that, just block them. Block them from ever pushing in front of you by closing the distance between you and whatever the gap is, so that the Type T34 can't get through, and that way you can still take your shots and not shoot your teammate in the back of the neck. We look at team score, we can see he got the highest damage in the game, so he would have got the high caliber easily, 3,109 hit points. Second highest damage was the Hetzer on their team, 1,223, and the third highest damage was the M10 RBFM on the enemy team. One of the tanks he killed, he got 711. When it came to kills, he easily had that one as well. 6 kills went to ProvoBob, 3 kills went to the T6 Medium, and 2 kills went to the M10 RBFM. And when it came to base XP, he was the only one to get over 1,000. 1,345 went to ProvoBob, 534 went to the T6 Medium, and 485 went to the Hetzer. He fired 47 rounds in that game, got 32 direct hits on the enemy, 29 penetrations, damage of 3,109 hit points, of which 714 were at more than 300 meters. He received 13 hits from the enemy, 1 penetration and 12 non-penetrations, and 1,100 hit points of damage blocked by armor. Spotted 3 enemy vehicles, damaged 10 of the enemy, killed 6, and got 112 hit points of damage assistance. Now, he suffered a huge loss on a free-to-play account here, 88,664 credits, and that's mainly down to the fact that ProvoBob tends to fire premium ammo a lot. And he tends to stick on premium ammo and just keeps blasting away in it without actually thinking about switching back to AP. AP is far cheaper, and some of these vehicles he was up against, he could easily pen them with standard AP. In fact, it would have been more preferable to use AP, but he didn't. I think that's a case of ammunition control. If you're marking a tank, then I can understand using premium ammo, because you want to make sure every shot counts. But if you're not marking a tank and you're actually just having fun, then you're actually costing yourself credits by doing it. So maybe if ProvoBob was to actually use standard ammo in future, that might give us a better result. He also picked up 2,690 experience points from that one. So it is profitable for the experience points, but certainly not for the credits. That one cost him. So yes, a tip there. If you are working in a game with bots, and I know somebody who just recently said that they were playing in a game on the NA server, which does have bots occasionally, the trick is to try and block any bot who's trying to push in front of you all the time. Just block him. Just get in front of him so he can't get through the gap. He'll either have to go round you or he'll have to back away. But at least that way you're not going to accidentally shoot him. So yes, close that difference. Turn your vehicle in such a way as he can't get through the gap. And that way you won't accidentally lose the high caliber. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.